Luego de décadas de misterio, el mundo se habituó a las imágenes en libros, documentales, películas y programas de televisión del otrora poderoso transatlántico RMS Titanic, como reposa hoy en la tumba submarina en la que ha permanecido por 100 años. Pero a medida que avanza el tiempo se hace más y más probable que un día no exista más un Titanic y que todo lo que quede en el fondo del mar sea un montón de hierros retorcidos. Así lo afirman expertos como Bill Willard, integrante de la International Titanic Society, y quien ha dedicado su vida a estudiar la historia del barco y lo que queda de él. Willard incluso ha viajado al lugar de la tragedia para realizar estudios.
2 times, yes. I went in 1996 as an observer on a cruise ship that went out to the site. And then I went in 1998 as a part of the expedition team. I got to work with some fabulous people from the Discovery Channel, just consummate professionals from NBC that were a part of this incredible trip for me.
¿Cuál es la sensación cuando uno va hasta el lugar o, por ejemplo, cuando se desciende hasta lo que queda del barco?
I would imagine that it would be desolate, it would be quiet. One day I hope to see it myself with my own eyes, like you. The people who have gone down that talk to me, Charlie Haas, for example, who says there's no way to describe it in words, and he is a very good writer. Just the emotion that overcomes you when you look out and see. You can see a photograph or a video, but until you see it with your eyes, it does not come into scale like the size that it really is.
100 años después, el enemigo del Titanic no es el hielo, sino la corrosión producida por bacterias y las enormes, inimaginables presiones a las que se ve sometido a casi 4 kilómetros de profundidad.
What you're seeing right now is an example of that. This particular room that we've gone into for this shot was the cabin of Charlotte Cardeza. She carried 27 steamer trunks of her personal items with her. You just saw the mantle up there. You see the mantle in James Cameron's movie. This is what it looks like when it's inside a ship that's been on the bottom of the ocean for 100 years. The ship is decaying in rapid amounts. Already there are signs in 1998 that some of the supporting members were bending due to the mass of the structure, the weight that's pushing down on it. And it will just be a matter of years before it starts to collapse in on itself. We've already seen the gymnasium, for example. The ceiling has collapsed down upon it, and it's just going to be a cascading process as the structural integrity begins to weaken.
Hay quienes creen que es válido tomar cosas del Titanic para exponerlas y quienes creen que debería ser preservado como una especie de camposanto submarino. ¿Cuál es su posición frente a la extracción de artefactos del naufragio?
George Tulloch was the person that I first looked at when I had to make my decision. And George Tulloch was in charge of RMS Titanic Incorporated. They are the group that maintains the salvage rights, the group that's currently worldwide exhibiting the artifacts. George said it very clearly. He said to me, he said, "Bill, we have to preserve these things or else they'll disappear. I believe that we should recover the artifacts, but we need to do it reverently. We need to do it with respect. We need to take care of those artifacts because there is only one Titanic."
Como muchos otros expertos, Willard recomienda el libro A Night to Remember y la película del mismo nombre. En cambio, no es exactamente fan de la cinta de James Cameron.
I love the James Cameron movie except for the Jack and Rose part. If we take out Jack and Rose, I love looking at the ship. I love the idea of what the ship would look like. But you move Jack and Rose out and it's a fantastic story. He went to so much detail. He even went to the original carpet manufacturer to use the same pattern. And I appreciated that effort on his part. While Jack and Rose was an interesting love interest, it does not match the story about Isidore and Ida Strauss. It does not match the story about Jack Thayer and Douglas Spedden. It does not match the story about Hudson and Kate Allison, or Bess Allison, I'm sorry, Hudson and Bess Allison. Those are the stories that when I do talks that the people find incredibly fascinating. To listen to who is now living in Florida, Frank Goldsmith, tell a story that his grandmother told, there's no parallel.
Para más información visite esta dirección. Yo soy Wilson Vega en Tiempo Real.